always was a kid that played around my cousins. I got a bunch of cousins coming from Mississippi, playing outside, playing football with no shoes on, racing light pole to light pole until the street light come on, running inside the house, drinking water out the faucet. I only seen my father twice in my life. So as a kid, my mom always wanted to have me around coaches, men that could teach me how to be a man, because she knew as a woman, and my aunt too, my aunt raised me. They knew as women, they couldn't raise me to be the man they needed me to be. When that happened, bro, that's when my life changed. 'Cause I got to see my mama disappointment in me. I got to see my mama look me in my eyes and just didn't even say a word, but said everything by not saying a word.
Hey guys, I'm back with another episode of Mental Wealth. This podcast is used to express thoughts, experiences, and lessons. I aim to be as transparent as possible. If you enjoy an episode, please don't forget to like, comment, and tell a friend. Thank you.
Hey guys, welcome back to Mental Wealth. In today's episode, I'll be interviewing the Jordan Strong. The Jordan Strong is a two-time All-American football player, a man of God, a model, bodybuilder, and a great guy.
Appreciate you, brother, for real. It's a blessing to be on here on this podcast with you. Get to speak about life after football. Also get to speak about mental health, mental well-being, how it all correlate with each other.
Yes, sir. I'm glad to have you. We've been supposed to do.
Bro. You've been hiding, bro. Congratulations on getting married to my dog.
Yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying? That boy shining, smile different and all, boy. Yes, sir.
Do you care to talk about your background before we get into things?
Bro, I got you. Let's run it. I'm about to turn your shit up, boy.
All right. Let's start back in your childhood. Who is the Jordan Strong?
The Jordan Strong is a kid from Batesville, Mississippi, a town of only like 10,000 people, maybe even like 7,000. And so like coming from a place like that where it's so small, everybody know each other, like everybody know everybody family. So I'm really like family oriented. So I'll just say a person that's, keep God first and family right after that. And it's just little old me as third. And so as a kid, I always was a kid that played around my cousins. I got a bunch of cousins coming from Mississippi, playing outside, playing football with no shoes on, racing light pole to light pole until the street light come on, running inside the house, drinking water out the faucet. Like that's pretty much my childhood, though. Like in short form, just going outside having fun. People don't do that nowadays, but coming up, being born in 99 and 2000, coming up for us, it just was like always being outside. And so my childhood was like filled with outside activities. And then pretty much, just playing football.
How would you describe your childhood?
Man, I'd say that was the best. That was the best times of my life. My mom signed me up for football early. Signed me up for baseball at 8. I was just trying stuff, figuring out what I like. Used to watch a lot of WWE too. I watched a lot of sports as a kid, and so that was some of the best time of my life because I got to try different things and see what I liked, see what I didn't like. And then on the other side, the flip side of that, I didn't really have a father in my life too. I only seen my father twice in my life. So as a kid, my mom always wanted to have me around coaches, men that could teach me how to be a man, because she knew as a woman, and my aunt too, my aunt raised me. They knew as women, they couldn't raise me to be the man they needed me to be. They could try, you feel me? But they knew it was certain things they couldn't teach me about. So that's when I started playing organized sports. And so it was kind of like, I didn't have a father, but I did because all my coaches knew I didn't have a father. So they kind of was that father figure for me. And so as a kid, I always was doing some type of sports, baseball, football, basketball, always was outside. I was a pretty smart kid too. I used to read a lot of books, and that's when my interest in history came along too. Being a kid with a bunch of questions, my coaches used to always tell me, like, ask questions if you don't know. So I took that with me to heart. I'm asking all questions at all time, even the question that may seem stupid, I asked. And so as a kid, I was very adventurous. Like I always wanted to know. And it was great for me because it helped me out at the end. You feel me?
What initially drew you to football? I mean, if you played baseball, you played all these different sports. What made you stick with football? What drew you there?
So my high school had an 89 game win streak when I was a kid, and pretty much my entire family played football. It's a tradition for a strong his last season of high school football to wear number one. And so growing up as a kid and experiencing my high school have that win streak, going to my first football game, and we had this guy named Nick Browse. He was a 5-star. I like to call him Travis Hunter before Travis Hunter. He was a 5-star receiver, and he was a 5-star corner. I remember this game, man. He scored 3 touchdowns, went on defense, caught 2 picks. And I was like, hey, I want to do that. I remember watching that game and saying I want to do that. And in Mississippi, when I was in 3rd grade, we had a program where all the high school football players, basketball players, softball girls, they was our mentors. And so our quarterback at the time, Lee Shelf, it was 3rd grade, yeah. So it was 2010. And he was just such a great role model, man. He never even mentioned him playing football, but I knew because I was going to the games and stuff like that. So football pretty much was destined for me. But back to the 89 game win streak. When the 89 game win streak ended, that's when I decided I wanted to play football. Watching that game, see those guys lose in overtime. As a kid, when I was born, from watching football, I never saw us lose. So my first game ever watching us on national TV, we lost.
Oh man.
And so that amped the fire in me. That let me know I was gonna be a football player because I was like, I gotta avenge these dudes. Like, they just lost on national TV. Like, what? 89 game. And I remember that feeling as a kid. Even now, like, kind of get chills about it just watching. Even the game going overtime and praying that we found a way to win, and they just lost. And that gave me the motivation at the time to want to play football. So the next year I got signed up with Organized Sports, and I played linebacker, coming down the middle. Every play, I was locked in. I was locked in as a kid. And so and then I got my first like technology device where I could watch YouTube. And so, man, I read this book by Tim Tebow called Through My Eyes, my favorite book of all time. And it's so crazy because I read this book when I was a kid. And reading this book, that's why I got number 15 tatted on me right there. Because after reading that book, I said, this is what I'm going to do with my life. This is my purpose. And I started working out pretty late. At 8, 9, 10 years old, I'm working out 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock every night. I'm waking up early morning, and I'm doing those things. And so that's what drew me to football. And once I realized I was pretty good at it, that's what made me say, you know what, I'm going to lock in on this. This is what God chose me to do.
How would you describe your high school years?
So how I just said all the good things about my life, high school probably the worst time of my life. Getting to high school, I thought I was pretty good at football, and hearing about my peers, not to blame anybody, but hearing about my peers and how they went about their business and stuff. I said, you know what, I'm gonna do the same thing they did. I'm gonna just play football. I'm not really gonna care about school, not gonna really go to school. And I was a pretty smart kid before high school. So my mom, she always thought I was gonna do the right thing because I used to always get A's and B's prior to high school. So when I got to high school, for me, it just was like, man, I'm gonna just play football. I was so unfocused. I was worried about girls. I was worried about partying, and I kind of became a product of my environment because I'm from the trenches. I'm from the struggle, and so seeing all my dogs, seeing all my friends, my brothers, we going to this party. You coming, and I'm 14, and I'm like, you know what? I'll do it. Only line I drew is I'll never smoke or drink. That was the only line I drew. Anything outside of that, I'm doing it. So anything outside of those two, I'm doing it. I don't care if it's around or not. And so I just started going out, and shoot, I'll miss school the whole week. One time my teacher said, Jordan, you only come to school on Monday and Fridays. And that stuck with me after high school. He said, you only come on Monday and Fridays. He said, Monday to get to paper to see what we're going to take a test on Friday. And so high school was pretty terrible for me just because I wasn't being myself. I was trying to be like everybody surrounding me. but I knew what was right, and I still just do the wrong thing. And so, ninth grade, it was a great year for me. Honestly, as a football player, as a student, I didn't really care. That's just me being brutally honest. 10th grade was the first time I faced adversity because they had your boy on the bench. I never been a bench player a day in my life. And so coming to 10th grade, I'm gonna just be honest, even me to better than the starters in front of me. You know, they won a state championship the year before, and we brought back 19 starters. But I didn't care about none of that. I felt I was better than those guys, man. And some of them guys today will tell you, like, I was like better than them, but I was just so young. And that was a tough year for me, man. Got my first love too at the time. And I was like, man, she ain't trying to be like, I told her I'm gonna go to NFL one day. They got me on the bench. And so eventually I started getting more playing time, and finally, you know, I was rotating with the starters by the end of that year. And we had a 29-game win streak, man, and we lost first round of the playoff to a team we beat. And I knew that was it. I'm like, we losing 19 starters next 2 years, we probably suck.
Yeah.
So I'm like, my only chance is winning a state championship really down the drain. But the cockiness in me said, oh, this is my team now. 19 starters left.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's my team now. And that's where I went wrong, because it became all about me. That's when I put the D in front of my name. My real name, Jordan Strong. 10th grade, I said, I'm going to put a D in front of there.
Throw some D's on it.
I'm going to put a D on there. When you search, I told my science teacher, I said, when you search Google, you put Jordan, so Michael Jordan shoes pop up. Yeah. But when you put a D in there, I said, I promise you, I'm going to pop up. That's how I came. I stood on business. And crazy today, you know, people know me as the Jordan. But that's when that came about. The reason it came about was the wrong reason. But, you know, that 11th grade year, my junior year breakout season, kind of like I predicted, played against Cam Akers. He was the second best player in the country. Game got sold out. He was committed to Alabama. He went off, but we had a guy named the Jordan Strong on the roster go walk through. And so that's where I kind of got noticed. But back to the topic, my granddad passed that year, and that was my father figure. And so this is something that I hold with me dear. I really haven't really spoke on it because I don't know. I talked to like my family about it, but like my granddad, I found out my granddad got cancer right after that first game that I just mentioned. You know, his last words to me was, Jordan, I kept hearing your name on the radio, good game. And my granddad never really, as an old black man, he never was the type to be like, you did good. You did good. I'm proud of you. But like, shockingly enough, he said that. And a week later, I found out he had stage 3 colon cancer. And so I thought I had time. They said my granddad had 4 months to live, 4 to 5 months. And so my mom kept asking me, when you going to go see him? When you going to go see him? I'm like, I'll see him another time. I got to go to practice. I'll see him another time. I got to go to practice. And then, kid you not, man, 2 weeks later, my coach come get me out of ITT Tech class, got me out of my technology class. And I could just tell something was wrong by the way he was looking at me through the mirror. He was like, Jordan, come out of class. And I was like, look, I stopped getting in trouble at 8th grade. I ain't do nothing. Literally. If this what you want, I ain't do nothing. He was like, no, it's your granddad. I was like, what? He was like, your granddad. And I was like, okay. To the point. He was like, you're going to have to go home. So I'm like, what? Okay. And I get in the car and everybody happy and stuff. Everybody smiling. I'm like, he just told me something going on with granddad. You feel me? I thought I had 4 months of my granddad. And then I get to my aunt place, and it's literally my granddad on his like deathbed. Right before they pulled the plug, they wanted me to come see him. And I just remember just breaking down. My family surrounded me. And I'm like, dang, like I kept promising I'm gonna come see him. I'm gonna come see him. And seeing him like that in his last moments, man, I just couldn't let his hand go. And I felt him like squeezing my hand a little, like it was just a little bit left for him. My granddad was 65, man. He worked his entire life. 2 months before my granddad died, my last time I seen my granddad, he was on his way to work. That's my granddad at 65, and he was for work, he was doing like factory job, like rolling tires, pulling tires on big trucks and stuff. Like it wasn't no little boy job, but he wanted my family to have at least a okay upbringing, right? And so just all those things rushed through my mind. Like I didn't get to make it for my granddad. Like he was working till he literally died. And so bro, I remember that same day, I wrapped my tears up and went to football practice like nothing happened. And this what kind of messed me up in high school because I used to hide my emotions. I felt like it wasn't okay to show my emotions. Like I got to make it to the NFL no matter what it is. And so I went to practice. Everybody knowing what's going on, the coaches told them, and they looking at me crazy, like why he ain't respond, and why he ain't, saying stuff. Yeah, so everybody was wondering like why he ain't showing no emotions. But every night I'm crying my heart out, bro. Like I'm depressed, but I don't know I'm depressed. I don't know what that is. You feel me? I ain't got nobody back at home talking about that. None of my coaches were talking feelings, emotions. Nobody talking about that. I just got the first girl I ever loved. Like I don't even know what heartbreak is either. And then season end, and then me and that girl break up. Now it's grieving over my granddad. It's heartbreak. Then to top it off, bro, cherry on top, I got an offer from Arkansas State. And I had at least 30 schools come and tell me they want to offer me. They want to offer me. And I'm like, I must suck. Like everybody keep telling me they want to offer me, but ain't offering me nothing.
Yeah.
Like the film is there, you feel me? Like y'all watch what I did. Y'all watch what I did versus Cam. Y'all seen him score 6 touchdowns, but y'all seen me on the other end too. So, and our quarterback, he my best friend. Been my best friend since childhood. And he got 4 offers in one day. And I'm not getting nothing. And not to be the jealous type, I'm like, bro, like, he been grinding since a kid. I've been right there with him.
Yeah.
I'm not in front of him. And so I'm having all these battles with myself, trying to beat up for my boys and kind of not be fake. But in reality, I'm like, bro, what's going on? What's wrong with me? And then, bro, man, I still remember to this day, Arkansas State coach told me, hey, go to the counselor and see what you can do to be eligible. This is the first time I heard the word eligible.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. Man, I get to the counselor office. She like, Jordan, you got a 1.6 GPA. I'm like what that's supposed to mean? I'm looking at her like, what that's supposed to mean? She get the calculating. She put her glasses on. She's sweating.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, you will have to make a 36 on your ACT. I'm like, okay, let's do it. My score was a 14. She's like, you have to make a 36. In my head, I'm like, pull it out. I'll take it right now. She like, Jordan, that's a perfect score.
Yeah.
But let's say you do score 36. Some way you found a way you will get white carded. I'll go, okay. She said, Jordan, that means there's no possible way that you can go to this school. You have to go JUCO.
Yeah.
So keep in mind, bro, my granddad just passed. I just got my heart broke by a girl I was with. I thought it was going to be my wife. And I don't care what people say about high school love, but your first time experiencing that, you still with your girl from high school.
That's the crazy part.
This the other side of it.
Yeah.
So this the other side of what you got going on, my brother. So that happened. Then I just found out I can't go Division I. I looked at that counselor, Miss Dickerson. I looked at her right in her eyes and said, "Oh, I'm dropping out. Pass me the papers." Straight up.
Yeah.
I had nothing left in me.
Yeah, you
I had no motivation. I had nothing, bro. Worst football season of my life. Worst year of my life. And then to top that off, I got kicked out of school. My last day, girl got caught touching on me. Girl of another race. I don't want to say the race.
We know what it is.
I ain't gonna say the race or whatever, but kind of tried to lie on me. And bro, I could have been in prison I could have been in prison right now instead of having this interview with you. Luckily for me, I had messages to prove my case. But bro, like I didn't even care. Bro, I ain't care about getting kicked out. I ain't care about none of that. I ain't care about having to go JUCO. I ain't care until that moment right there, bro. And when that happened, bro, that's when my life changed because I got to see my mama disappointed. disappointment in me. I got to see my mama look me in my eyes and just didn't even say a word, but said everything by not saying a word. Just looking at me like, dang. Like, you know that feeling? Somebody look at you, you disappoint them? Like, dang. And this coming from my mama, bro. I'm 18. I'm like, bro, I'm going down the wrong path. And my mama tried her best to at least see me walk for graduation. But they ain't even let me walk. They ain't even let me walk. I'm my mama's favorite son. She know, everybody know it. I'm my family favorite. I'm the golden child.
Yeah.
He can't even walk for graduation. When my mama see people in public, the first thing she bring up is her son. Now people saying, your son can't even walk for graduation.
Yeah.
And I remember just seeing at my mama, and I remember just looking at my mama, bro. I was going to work out at 10 p.m. I was looking at my mama like, I promise you going to be able to brag to the world after what happened to me in the next 2 years. And that's kind of ended high school and transitioned to life after high school. But yeah, that was a bad time for me.
All right. Do you care to tell us about your JUCO experience? I mean, from people seeing Last Chance U and all the ups and downs with JUCO, you care to give us some background about it?
Yeah, man, let's talk about it. I got a different perspective on JUCO. So, well, after everything we just discussed about my high school and pretty much how that was probably the worst time of my life up to this point. Now we go into JUCO where I got all the motivation in the world. I literally got nothing to lose. I felt I lost everything and got kicked out of high school, 1.6 GPA, lost my girlfriend, lost my grandpa, saw my mom disappointed in me. Now I got all that weighing in on me, and I'm going to JUCO. And so prepping for JUCO, like literally just getting kicked out of high school, I had a month before I reported for the start of the summer for football. And I remember just working out constantly before I got there, just working out. I had 3 workouts a day. I'll do weightlifting, middle of the morning time, sometime middle of the day, but mainly mornings at 8 a.m. I'll go get a run in the middle of the day, and I'll do drills late at night. I'll do backpedaling drills, DB drills. Because I never, at the time, coming out of high school, I came out as a receiver, had to change position in JUCO. And so I was trying to learn how to play the position overnight, literally overnight. and so pretty much, bro, like after all that, like being depressed, crying every night, like eventually all them tears became sweat from working out constantly and locking in. And I promised myself I was going to leave JUCO with a 3.0 GPA. I promised myself I was going to go to JUCO full on focus. And we reported, bro. And I remember being so locked in just for us to report. The defensive coordinator, Coach Paige Anderson, come to the DB session. It's literally 10 of us. And that's a lot of DBs for JUCO. And he was a new defensive coordinator. He didn't recruit me. He didn't know nothing about me. He wasn't from Mississippi, so he wasn't biased. Yeah. He looked directly at me, talking to all 10 of us. He said, I'm telling you guys right now, I'm not traveling with 10 fucking corners. I'm looking at him like, bro, you just don't know. Yeah. I'm looking at him like, you just don't know what I just went through and what I'm prepping to do to get over it. I'm willing to go ever, wherever, whenever. I'm locked in. So you definitely ain't talking to me. I took it personal. I looked at him like, you just don't know who you talking to. And I remember the first practice, I was so ready to get out there, bro, for my first college practice. I was in shape. I was strong. I was fat. I wasn't worried about nothing but putting my hands on the receiver, bro. I was so ready. I had so much motivation and my purpose. At the time, bro, I found my purpose too. After losing everything, I felt nothing in the world was going to be able to stop me from what I was about to do. And I felt it in my heart. And I became a Christian at that time, too, because I had no faith prior. So it's literally me and God. No buys, no Arkansas State offer, none of that. And I'm praying every night, God be with whoever I'm about to put my hands on tomorrow out there on that first practice. And, bro, we practiced that first day. Man, I just remember going completely off. Had almost probably like 3 picks, didn't give up a catch. I'm running to the football. I'm doing whatever being asked. And I remember Coach Anderson the next day, he said, those fresh. It's something about those freshman. He came to me in the weight room. He said, I want you to go with the ones. After that day, bro, I've never been a second screen or third screen ever again. First day of JUCO, I was like third screen. Second day, I was a starter. Didn't look back after that day. And so JUCO for me was an opportunity, bro. And that's how I looked at it. I didn't care about none of the stuff I'm seeing my homeboy do at D1. I don't care about it, bro. I get a chance to play this game again and start over. And that's how I'm so grateful that I looked at it that way too. But I know for a fact if none of that stuff happened to me the year prior, I wouldn't looked at JUCO the way I looked at it. And so I looked at JUCO as an opportunity from God, bro. Like after all the stuff that I just went through and the way I responded was horrible, I get a chance to respond again. And bro, I was like, this is my calling. Like I get a second chance. So my freshman year, we sucked. We won one game. But I had a great year. I played a little receiver, played a little DB. And so my mental was so high after that first year. And then I had a 3.0 GPA. This is the first time I even knew what GPA meant. I could tell you what it means now, you know. And so I'm doing good in my classes. I'm doing good on the football field. Now it's offer time. And I wasn't worried because, bro, I knew God had something in storage for me. And I'm undersized. I'm 5'10". But I didn't worry about offers because I knew that was going to come. And I got my first scholarship from ULM. And then Charlotte came and offered me. And pretty much, yeah. And then I committed to Charlotte right on the spot. It was just something about Charlotte, man. Took a visit to Charlotte, my first flight ever. And I remember just being on the plane like, bro, like I earned this. Like I really, really earned this. And then Charlotte gave me that scholarship and I committed. I'm like, I'm going here. I made it. Right after that, bro, my coach, he was my mentor, Coach Moore, man. Shout out Coach Moore. He was my mentor, man. He called me one day. I'm from the trenches. I'm laying on the floor because I ain't got no bedroom. I'm back at home for summer. I'm sleeping on the floor. He gave me a call like, Jordan, like, I want to let you know first, like, I'm leaving Northeast and I'm going to Arkansas and coach. And I'm like, here we go again, and just being depressed about that. And then, you know, me and my first love, we was in a little toxic situation too, but we finally ended it. So I was sad about that. And, bro, I just remember just being so sad. And then it goes back to what happened to me in high school, how I responded then. I was like, oh, I can't respond like that now. Now I gotta. This where adversity is. Like I'm facing adversity right now. What you gonna do about it? I'm asking myself that, and I'm still working now. I'm killing my summer classes, and I got over that hump. It didn't bother me anymore. So like, I was okay with it. I was at peace with it. And going to that sophomore year, I went ballistic on a football field. Went crazy. I'm sending my highlight tape out like it's a mixtape. You get it. You get it. It's better than Gucci Man. You get it. You get it. And ironically, I sent it to Coach Corn. I sent it to Coach Corn. Hey, I'm the next Josh Norman. I'm looking up they big corners. Whatever school I'm sending it to, I'm looking up their big corners and I'm saying, I'm the next Josh Norman. I'm the next Deion Sanders. I'm the next Darrell Reeves. I'm sending this to everybody. And eventually I ended up leaving JUCO with like 25 offers. And bro, I remember had to decommit from Charlotte. It was just too soon and other schools started coming. And bro, man, it was the best time of my life. JUCO was so amazing for me. Best time of my life, bro. Because honestly, bro, like seeing that, getting that chance at football again and really at life again, bro, just sparked something in me. And that's when I realized, you know, life ain't about how you handle things when it's going good for you. Life about how you respond to adversity. It's about how you respond. And that's what I learned during JUCO, bro.
So what was Coastal like for you?
Coastal Carolina University. Crazy thing is I wasn't even gonna go to Coastal, bro. I wasn't even gonna go to Coastal. I was gonna go to ODU. And so I really like ODU, man. Coach Grady Brown. Shout out to Coach Brown. He recruited Coastal. To everybody else, Coastal was the school I supposed to go to. My defensive coordinator, Coach Anders, the guy I brought up earlier. He said, Jordan, Coastal had the youngest FBS team past 2 years and won 5 games. I'm like, what that got to do with me? He said, they 1 game away from bowl eligibility. They got the same team that came back, that went 5-7 2018, coming back 2020. This will be a big year for you. I'm like, I ain't worried about it. He like, you know what? The only two positions they lose in starters at. I'm like, what? He like corner. I don't care. I'm going to ODU. My mama, Coach Jamie Chadwell, keep calling me. I'm like, Mom, I'm going to ODU. I'm not trying to hear it. Why is he calling you? Coach Brian Foster, he said. I'm like, Mom, I'm going to ODU. I'm going to ODU. And so I told Coastal. Coastal was not I went to Myrtle Beach, man. I went to Conway. I said, that's the only school I went to. I said, I'm never going to that place.
Oh my God.
Said, I'm not coming back here. Great game, though. Great game. And Coastal knew I had a torn labral, so they asked for MRIs. I'm like, bro, ain't no other school asking me this but y'all. So I'm not even going. I used to get mad. I'm like, I'm not coming here. Coastal sending me too many letters, calling my mama. Coach Foster came to the hood to pick me up.
Oh, yeah,
Coach Foster came to the hood, bro, and scooped me. And I'm like, man, I'm going to ODU. And so I told Coastal, I told ODU, Southern Miss at the time, and Mississippi State wanted me to graduate in May, along with Texas Tech. And they were trying to see what I was going to do. And I was like, man, if I take this trip to Hawaii, it's going to be out of Coastal, ODU, or Hawaii. But I'm literally taking this free trip to Hawaii. It's a free trip, and I'll never get to go again. Yeah. I'm not going to Hawaii. It's just too far. And, I just don't think it's the right fit for me. So I go to Hawaii, and I end up liking Hawaii, bro. And when I was in Hawaii, I just remember crying like, dang, I'm really about to go to ODU. Oh, it's still in my head. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to be in Virginia. I made it. I'm in there crying like I'm so, bro, I take a long flight back from Hawaii, bro. Long flight, 12-hour flight, bro. When I first got back to the mainland, bro, my phone glitched because I had 200 messages. And I just remember the top of it said, ODU whole coaching staff got fired. I'm like, what? So instantly, I'm like, I'm going to Coastal because my mom, my defensive coordinator, he made a valid point, and I was like, this would be better for my career. I don't want to go here, but this would be better for me. This would be better for my career. You got CJ Marable texting me, ODU, boy, what the? CJ Marable. CJ Marable texting me like, boy, you crazy. You trying to go to ODU over us. CJ Brewer, Isaiah Likely, Shaheem. All them boys on my Twitter like, bro, like, what are you doing? And I remember telling CJ, I'm like, bro, I'm going to ODU. He like, bro, you crazy? So when I got back, man, all those guys was texting me, and I was like, I'm going to Coastal, like, instantly. Like, it was like, this is a second option. I'm going to go there. Not because it's my second option. Literally, God telling me this, too. My mom telling me this. And on top of that, my defensive coordinator literally pulling up film like, look, Jordan, this kid only a sophomore in his silence. I'm like, man, come on. Look, Jordan, this quarterback, Fred Payne, he only a sophomore. He'll be back. Imagine your quarterback back. You'll get the win because we only won 5 total games in JUCO. Like, you'll be a winner. You'll be a conference champion. He literally saying all this. I'm like, Coach, man, I'm not going to Coastal. He got more mad at me for not getting the MRI than Coastal was mad at me. God. Like, Jordan, what you gonna do with yourself? You don't want to get the MRI because they asked you for it? I'm like, man, I'm not going there. But hearing him constantly being in my ear and my mom, I was like, Coastal the place. Oh, I can't go to ODU, I'm gonna go to Coastal. Told Coach Chadwell, told Coach Foster that I was going. They all came and gave me an official visit. 3 separate official visits, bro. Coach
that's crazy.
Coach Chadwell and Coach Foster. And Staggs and Chadwell visit literally was on the same day. I was like, these dudes just do too much.
They weren't gonna let you go.
So them boys, them coaches, man, they came and gave me an official visit. Shout out to Coach Chadwell. He broke down everything for me, answered all the questions. And so that's when I decided to go to Coastal. I know I'm long with it. When I first get to Coastal, this is where I meet you, and I meet everybody, and I'm like, I'm better than these dudes. I get in there in my head like I'm better than these dudes, man. I got too much to play for. It was easy for me in my head, and man, I remember the first 3 weeks of practice, I wasn't starting. And like I told you on the house, I'm not coming off no bench.
Yeah.
And so I remember being in your car. I'm like, bro, I should have just went to Texas Tech, bro. I'm like, man, it's over with, bro. I remember like scratching my frustration with you. And you like, yeah, man, I see exactly what you said, bro. you in the car, like, yeah, man, like they tripping. But in reality, you were mad about yourself.
Yeah.
We both in there like, bro, what? And then, bro, like 2 days later, a practice come. I'm with the third screen. Coach Foster, our DV coach, if y'all don't know, he decided to put 2 freshmen as starters to see how we would respond to it. And I remember my boy DK DeMar Bush, like, man, what is he doing?
Yeah.
Snappers. And
Yeah.
I remember being like, man, I'm over this place. Like, I'm entering the portal. I'll sit out a year. You remember that's when you enter the portal, you have to miss a year. I was like, I'll miss a year.
Yeah.
I'll be dang, I'll come off the bench. That same day, man, I had a pick, a one-hand pick on Javon Holly. Had a one-hand pick. I had a PBU versus Cam, a nice PBU. I literally had 3 great reps. Those 3 great reps changed my entire life at Coastal. Next day, Foster's like, man, we'll put you with the twos. I get on the scrimmage, Reese coming off on the flare, and it's me in cover 2.
Oh yeah,
And
that's too sweet. That's too sweet.
Scoop, boom, hit him. I have a great scrimmage. Now I'm a starter. And we all know how that story goes. Got the starting spot, ain't never looked back then. So Coastal, man, Coastal was a great time. 2020 was best year of my life. Crazy season for me. Man, like that year, those years at Coastal wouldn't happen if JUCO didn't happen, if I didn't get kicked out of high school. And that's kind of made, I'm not gonna say easy, because life always hard, but that made Coastal simple for me. Like I just knew I just got to do the right things. Like I just got to go to class, listen to my coaches, be coachable, listen to my teachers, ask questions. Don't feel like I'm on this one man island. You know, trusting my brothers. Don't be so lonely. Like talk to your brothers about your pain. You know, connect to them with that. Listen to them and theirs. You feel me? And Coastal was easy because I had brothers. I didn't have teammates. I had brothers that was man. You just got to keep going. You know, giving me pep talks, and I'm doing the same for them. We competing, but we still brothers at the end of the day. And so having that also made it much simpler for me. Not saying I didn't have it before, but having it on that level with other guys who on an elite talent level. You know, like just seeing guys who coming in early mornings, leaving late nights, only talking football, only breathing football. And that's kind of product of my environment. I became what I was surrounded by. You feel me? And so Coastal was a great time, simply because of, football, but really because of the brothers I made there too.
Yes, sir. And it was great, man. Do you care to tell us about the NFL?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So with the NFL, man, NFL was nothing like I dreamed of. When I got there, I realized, oh, this is for real. You know, like the starstruck you have with going to the NFL as a kid. You see the touchdowns, you see the interceptions, but you don't see the undrafted guys like myself. You don't see the guys who, gotta make it. Like it starts all the way over. So when I first got there, man, it was just like, oh, this is crazy. Like this is truly a business. And it will be business decisions made based upon your performance, your age. It's a lot that goes into this. And so it was a blessing just to get there, but it also was a blessing to see how I operate and then just living my childhood dreams. Once I got cut, for me, it was like I got 2 torn shoulders. I'm 23 going on 24. I kind of understood it. But at the same time, I'm like, man, this is what I dreamed of my entire life, and I didn't sustain it. And honestly, like it was hard for me to grasp that. And then I had to have a real talk with myself and ask myself, did I give it all that I had? Did I take any shortcuts? And all the answers to those questions were, I ain't take no shortcut. I did give it all I had. I pushed when I didn't have nothing left to push. I gave it my heart when my heart shattered. I pushed through adversity. I responded bad and I responded good. I made bad plays and I made good plays. I made terrible decisions and I made some great decisions to make up for those. So should I sit here and be bitter about not living my childhood dreams? Or should I use my childhood dreams to accomplish many more things in life that go beyond what I could dream of, beyond what 10-year-old Jordan could see? You know, now it's a wide span of everything. And when I got that perspective and had that conversation with myself in that room, that's when it got better for me. And I said, yeah, man, I gave it 1,000%. Mentally, physically, emotionally, I gave football everything in my heart. And unfortunately, it didn't. I'm not in in the NFL, but I done did some crazy things on that football field, and I've been blessed to be in a position that I'm in now because of it. So having that experience from Pee Wee, high school, coastal, and my short time in NFL, all of it bittersweet to me because I got to experience, I got to cry, I got to pour my heart out to a game just a game, bro, that I dreamed of when I was 8 years old. So much more came from it than what I seen at that time. And bro, like that worth way more than anything in the world to me. You feel me? So that's how that went for me. And I'm blessed to be able to say that I got there.
Man, that's great, man. What do you think the biggest lesson is that you learned in football that you still apply to your life today?
How you do anything is how you do everything. So, for example, if I tell myself I'm gonna wake up early in the mornings, I'm gonna clean my room, I'm gonna go to church, and when Sunday come, I don't do any of those things, and I just say, I woke up 2 minutes late. I'm just gonna scratch all that and go to sleep. Feel like with that, and then you translate it to football, you say, I'm gonna get that extra work in. I'm gonna go out there, catch a pick the first play, get a PBU the first play, and I'm gonna go to the NFL. Then that first play comes, you give up a 70-yard touchdown, and you respond to that by pouting, and then you don't go to the NFL. Now you're depressed, and now you don't know what to do with your life. I feel like that correlate with each other. If you respond the right way, said, dang, I woke up 2 minutes late. Okay, I'm going to just speed up. I'm going to take my shower. Won't be 15 minutes. It'll be 13 minutes. Okay, instead of taking this route from church, I'm going to take this route to church. And then I'm going to get back and clean my room. And then you translate that to football. Okay, I didn't make that play the first play. I just gave up a touchdown. But I'm going to sit here and just keep looking back on that play, or I'm going to go and make the next play. I'm going to go get a PBU, or I'm going to go help my team win in a 1% way if I do. Okay, I didn't make it to the NFL, and I'm going to still just sit there and just keep chasing a dream that's died, or I'm going to pivot and use some and try to be the best businessman I could possibly be. Okay, I can't be a businessman. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go work McDonald's. I'm gonna work McDonald's for a couple of months, and then after I leave McDonald's, that's when I'm gonna have some money to invest into my own business. I'm gonna market my business. I'm gonna keep my job just on the side, and then boom, see what life happens. And so I just feel like everything in life, how you do anything in life is how you do everything in life. If you don't want to take them stairs because it's been a long day, you ain't gonna want to squat that weight if you already had two crazy sets. You feel me? So yeah, I feel like I learned that from football too. How you do anything, how you do everything, bro.
That's true, man. I don't heard that since a kid. How did you navigate the period after football? Like, what did